I'm Mike Lanesman and welcome to another video tutorial.
This Illustrator video tutorial looks at how to use the Revolve tool in Illustrator. This is a very cool tool that will allow you to do a lot of 3D illustrations. Firstly, we need to create a new document. We do that by going under the File menu and selecting New. We select an artboard size that we require. Now, for this example that we're going to be completing, we need to think 30 steps ahead. For the final result that you saw on the screen at the start of this tutorial, we required a really cool symbol. So let's go and create that symbol before we even start. We now need to call up the Symbols panel, which can be found under the Window menu and Symbols. And the symbol that we require is to be found under the Primitive menu of the Symbols Library menu. So we go to the Symbols Library menu and we now select Primitive, which brings up the Primitive library, and we will select the stick figure and drag it onto the artboard. What we'll do now is, to get that repeating pattern, we will hold the Option key or the Alt key and simply duplicate the shape a couple of times. We'll do one more. We use the smart guides to ensure they're all in line with each other. If we want to double check that alignment, we select all of the instances of the symbol and we'll now call up the Align panel, which is found under the Window menu, Align, and we're going to align vertical tops. Now everything is perfectly aligned. We now need to group this artwork so that it forms one group of these symbols so that they don't move at a later point. We'll go under the Object menu and select Group. They're all grouped. Now it's the time to save this symbol for use in a few minutes' time. We simply click and drag on the group into the Symbols panel, and it's now asking us to give a name. We can call this Stickman. We're not going to be saving it as a movie clip, we're going to be saving it as a graphic, and we're going to say OK. Examining the Symbols panel, we now see there's our newly created symbol. We can now go and delete the symbol we've just created. We're now going to head over and choose the Arc tool, and we're going to draw us an arc. What we need to do now is to head on over to the Control panel, and this is the color control for the stroke. We'll pull that down and select the yellow. 1 point stroke in yellow is what we require. Back to the black selection tool, and we'll now create our effect. We go into the Effect menu, 3D, and we invoke Revolve. We now need to tick Preview, and there is the start of our bowl. By default, the more options are not available, so if you would like to see more options, we click on More Options, and this is where we can determine the shading on the surface, light intensity, ambient light. We can add more lights, we can move them around. In order to add the symbol now to this bowl, we're going to click on the Map Art button. Map Art allows us to place symbols onto a surface of this 3D shape. That's the back view of the subject, surface 1. Surface 2 is the top view. Surface 3 is the view and the surface that we require. We now head on over to the symbol drop down and we select the stickman that we've just created. We can now see that it is visible. We can now move it to the location we require, and we are able to size it from these selection nodes. Everything looking good, click on OK. And then we click OK. So that's one of the wonderful uses of the Revolve tool. Let's have a look at another. What we'll do is we'll just delete that. If you can pre-visualize the result of the final shape that you require, just draw it. We'll take the pencil tool. Let's say, for example, we want to create maybe a simple chess piece. We can start by drawing that simple chess piece. Draw the base and half of it. This is almost like if we were spinning it on a lathe. We'll still keep the yellow, that's fine, and we'll go Effect 3D Revolve. Preview, and there is your chess piece, or any piece that you require. You're also able to head on over to this widget over here and to move the location of it to suit your purposes. Let's have a look at one more final usage of this tool. Let's, for example, draw an apple. We will draw half the apple. The Revolve tool will fill in the other half. We will take the pencil tool and we will draw an apple, half of it. I think it would be appropriate to select a red color for the apple. Black selection tool will select the shape we've just drawn, and from the effect menu we head on over to Revolve and we click preview. And there is your apple. And we can just move it more onto the artboard. These are wonderful uses for this wonderful tool, the Revolve tool, that you can use in your Illustrator work to draw some 3D shapes. I hope you found this tool as much fun as I do. Be sure to check out mikelanesman.com for 3 new ebooks that I have written relating to the latest features of Photoshop, Illustrator and InDesign Creative Cloud 2014. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.